This training video will show you how to install a demo software from ERPQMS. You will receive an email from our company, and if you'll open up your email inbox, you'll see that WeTransfer has sent software. All you have to do is open up this particular software package and say get your files. When you touch this toggle button right here, it's going to launch you to the website where WeTransfer is located. The files will automatically delete themselves within 7 days, so you'll need to take care of this within 2 to 3 days after receiving it. Press the download button here, and it's going to copy a directory that has 2 files inside of it, and it's going to put it into your C:\download file. So I'm going to bypass the download for now because it's just a download event. We're going to drop this into the background. We're going to go to our File Explorer, and we're going to go and open up the C:\downloads, and you can see you're going to receive a file named install ERPQMS. Open the file up. The first file you want to install is the ActiveX controls. This puts certain controls, some OCX and DLL files that was not totally installed within the Office 365 or Office 2007 through 2016. These are some controls for some of the library files that's specific to this software. So this is the one you want to install first. Install ActiveX controls, and all it's going to do is it's going to install files into your registry, and it's going to be putting in missing DLL files. I'm going to exit this right now. Go ahead and do that. It won't take but a few seconds. And so yes, I'm going to exit this one because it's already installed on my system. This is the file that you'll want to execute right here. Install ERPQMS, and it says, do you want to install it? Answer yes. And this is going to go through an automated routine, and it's going to install the software in your C drive under a directory called ERPQMS 2019 Demo version 198. I'm not going to install this, but it will only take about 45 seconds for it to install. I'm going to exit this for now. Now what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to go to where it would have installed it at in the C drive. And we're going to slide down and find the directory that it built, which would have been named ERPQMS Demo. This is the demo file that was developed. This is the actual execution file right here called ERPQMS 2019 AECCDE Demo version. For convenience, you can right mouse click on this and say send to desktop, and it's going to create an icon. You can put this in the background. You notice the icon was placed on your desktop here, and I'm just going to move it out into the center for convenience, and you can see how it's worded. Double click the icon. This is the locked version of the software. This is your trial run number 1. You're going to be able to open this file 5 times, and it's going to lock itself out. This is the master page that opens for the software. It has multiple modules in software. For example, in this particular module button, it gives you the ability to load new customers. You're just putting all the customer data in here. Load new vendors. It allows you to load all the vendors. And if you want to load inventory items, it'll do it here also. And it's a complete inventory-based system that you can use for tracking. It has a quote system. Enter update a quote. And this is a complete quoting cycle. If you want to understand how to quote parts in this particular system, you can go to the click for help files. It'll open up a directory and the directory is full of subdirectories. And if you want to see quote bid related, open up this directory, and here is a step-by-step process on how to quote a part, including materials, outside processing, your particular services, whether it be a machining application or an assembly application. And it's going to step you through each operation. This is the very beginning of it right here. It's going to show you each click on how to get to and all of the specifics on running a quote in this software system. We're going to back out of here for now. There is a quote analysis board right here. You can go in here and you can query the system. Tell me how many quotes I have done from January 1st of 2019 through whatever end time that you want, and you can press a quote analysis selection like this. Of course, these are dummy. I only have a couple of these loaded as dummy quotes, but the end effect is if you've quoted 30 different companies, they're all going to show up here, and or you can have it select by part, customer date, and submit date. When you see this particular notice, document not in master list, it's going to be just the first time the document is loading into the system, and it's normal. So this is a quote analysis by parts. So you can do a historical look at who you've quoted and how much you've quoted to. And if you return to the main menu and go to the customer order, in the backlog system, you're able to come in here and ask it by customer, part number, by issue date, including the cost. And you can go in here and change these dates to say from January 1st to, using this calendar, which is everyone's pretty typical of, say to August the 1st. These were by the issue dates, so you can determine by if you've quoted $500,000, and if you've loaded the issue of these specific contracts, it will give you a relationship of what you bid versus what was awarded. That's a very convenient tool. This also does open contracts so that you can determine cash flow, and you can do it by customer. The system runs under an agreed date, and the agreed date is sometimes different than the actual purchase order from your customer. For example, update a customer order here. You'll notice that I have some older dates right here. It was issued in 2017 and it was due in 2017, and the agreed date is March of 2019. We'll get into a further training mission of the logic of this, but it has to do with the customer not being able to provide data timely, or the customer wanting to delay a shipment for a reason, and this allows your system not to give false reports that you're not shipping to your customers on time. It has a time reporting system where you can clock time on any specific job, and it can be done through a Wi-Fi connected by workbooks, and there's a training file for it in the help folders. It has a complete automated shipping system, an invoicing system. One of the most convenient parts is a certificate of conformance. If you had a work order, let's say this lathe work order right here, and you needed to certify it, and I bought this 2-inch round aluminum bar, that's all it takes is 2 clicks, and it's generated a certificate of conformance showing that you bought the aluminum bar, it's 2-inch round under these specifications with ABC plating. These are just dummy names, but if you'll notice, you can also put code suppliers inside here if you're source directed. I'm closing. I'm going back to the main menu. The system has an automated backup system built into it, recommended that you back up at the end of each day. You just click this button once. This automated backup system comes up, And you have the option where to put the two backups. I would recommend that the backup be put in another directory on your server, and or a 2 TB hard drive that's connected to another computer, so that in case your server goes down, you would have access to the software. This is how fast it backs up. It just completed a backup and pushed it in one place. It just now completed a backup and placed it in the second drive. That's all it takes to back this system up. Currently, my manufacturing database has over 27,000 parts with all the correlated data over 20 years. Its backup time is about 25 seconds. I'm going to close this backup program. We're going to close this module right here, and we're going to go to the System Administrator so that I can explain to you about relinking tables. This software is a two-part software package. The first part is what's defined as the front end, which has all the forms and has all of the reports and modules inside of them. And the second side of it is the back end, which is totally separate. And you would want to place your back end on your server so that everyone has access, and the front end would be on everybody's computer. So if you'll notice, we just did a backup a moment ago, and it's already put it in the system. And the backups are dated. This one's noted June 8, 2019. That's today's date. But this is the actual data storage area, and all that's inside here are tables. Now, if you'll notice, I touched that database and I said refresh, and the system refreshed, and it ran the system. And now you'll notice I'm on trial run number 2. You will have 5 trials in this system. Be sure to utilize the click for help. It has step-by-step instructions in every operation inside this. One final thing I'd like to note to you, you can quit this system right here. You may open up the directory where you were at, and you will find an uninstall program loaded inside your system right here. When you click it, it'll totally remove the software off of your system. I will be emailing this to your representative for review.